Hey everyone, I'm Michael Majors.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
And you're watching the Versus series on StarCityGames.com. All right, today, finally on the Versus series, we got a little bit of Kaladesh. Some new cards.
Some old cards.
We've been playing some modern. So I'm super excited to play with the new stuff. Unfortunately for this video, I'm kind of the boring, old school take. I have an updated Black-Green Delirium deck. I do have a few new cards, like a Noxious Gear Hulk and a Demon of Dark Schemes.
Really nice traverse targets there.
Yeah, but basically just a couple traverse targets. And otherwise, I'm not doing anything too exciting. I'm basically playing the bad guy this week so that Ross can try out his red-green energy deck.
Yes, I am playing the good guy, as I frequently do.
That's not true.
How is that not true?
I don't know, because I'm usually playing the derpy deck.
Well, I don't like derpy decks, so
yeah, I know.
I always think I'm the good guy.
Oh, okay.
But today I'm definitively the good guy, playing a bunch of new Kaladesh cards because my deck is themed around the new energy mechanic. It's a red-green, a little bit bigger of an aggressive deck, sort of a mid-range aggro deck, using Voltaic Brawler, Long Tusk Cub, Lathnu Hellion, and one of the best vehicles spoiled. I think
Fleet Wheel Cruiser.
Fleet Wheel Cruiser, yes. I think it's between Cruiser and the Copter for best vehicle in at least in my vehicle power rankings.
Yeah, well, they're like the best, like, efficient ones, right? But, like, Sky Sovereign seems super powerful.
Yeah, that's definitely, I think that's number 3, but when those rankings could change as we play with some of the cards. But I really like Fleet Wheel Cruiser because you don't have to crew it the first turn, so it's a really great part of the curve in any aggressive deck. You play it on turn 4 with a couple creatures in play, you get to attack for a boatload of damage, and then next turn you get a bunch of options as to how you want to attack. Do I need this 5/3? Then I can crew it. If not, I can just attack with my creatures normally. If I have another creature in my hand, I can play it, use that to crew the vehicle. So well, we're going to do some cool stuff.
Yeah, I like that the way the red-green creatures with energy have been printed. It's like they're pretty aggressively costed, and they kind of look like normal creatures, but then you get this additional resource that you can use to, like, pump them up. Like Voltaic Brawler gets +1/+1 trample. Long Tusk Cub, okay, is a card that actually just scales progressively with energy consumption.
It's a little bit like the Sliths from original Mirrodin if you were around a million years ago.
That's a great comparison. It is a lot like that card.
Yeah, every time it deals combat damage to a player, you get 2 energy, and then you can pay 2 energy at any time to put a +1/+1 counter on it. So ostensibly, you can attack, get your 2 energy from the trigger, then use that to pump it for the next turn. Or you can use the energy for something else. We can pump it into Voltaic Brawler, or we can pump it into Harnessed Lightning and finally get ourselves a 2-mana red removal spell that can potentially take out really big creatures.
That actually kills stuff, yeah. Harnessed Lightning and, to a lesser extent, Aether Hub are some of the best cards in the set, in my opinion. Just Aether Hub in particular is just so ridiculous. It's like Tendo Icebridge on the surface, and many decks can play it just as Tendo Icebridge and be pretty happy about that. But the fact that it can just be mana fixing for basically the entire game after you cast, like, Voltaic Brawler or a Hydra or something along those lines is really, really good, I think.
Yeah, I was definitely worried about how the mana would work out in a friendly color deck, red-green, and where you don't have the really powerful lands that are available to the enemy colors in Standard, the creature lands or the fast lands. Mm-hmm. But Aether Hub giving the deck essentially 12 dual lands really makes the mana very good. And that's why I like red-green as a color combination over the other friendly colors.
Yep. I mean, on paper, it looks really good, and I'm excited to try out some new cards, so let's get to it.
Yeah. I have a pair of 1s.
I win! I win! I'm on the play! All right, here for game 1. I'm on the play, and I've got a nice little curve, so I'm going to keep.
I am unluckily on the draw, and I have a nice little hand. Going to need to draw some more lands, but I'm definitely going to keep.
All right. I'm going to get a force. Your turn.
I'm going to play Game Trail.
I guess there's, like, not really any good 1-drops for red-green right now.
There's Kessig Prowler, which is not the worst. Savannah Lands with upside.
It's not the worst, but it's probably pretty hard to cast it on turn 1.
Yeah. I will play Voltaic Brawler. Get some energies.
So when it attacks, you can pay an energy and give it +1/+1 trample.
Yep. Nice Sylvan Advocate. Be a shame if you never got to block ever.
Yeah, that would stink. Thankfully, I have the last hope.
I'm at 18.
Your turn.
Okay, so now we have he's a 1/1. Attacks becomes a 2/2. That's not good.
Yeah, looks pretty bad against my 2/2.
Yeah,
or my 2/3. Excuse me.
Okay, well, I'm gonna play a Lath New Hellion.
Okay.
Get up to 4 energy. I'm gonna attack Liliana.
Man. And in a turn, you have to pay 2 energy, correct?
Yes, or sacrifice it.
That card is good.
Is really big.
It is really big. Man, jumping is not good. Neither is losing my Liliana. I'm going to jump.
Okay, I'll pay the 2 on end step. And
okay.
That felt good.
Yeah, that is definitely great. I'm going to play a tracker, get 2 clues, and then I need to figure out what I'm doing with my
So
Liliana.
many clues. So many McVetties.
Another swamp. So I can go ahead and minus and return the Sylvan Advocate, and then I can just threaten to trade with the Brawler. And if Ross wants to attack Liliana with the Hellion, I guess he could attack Brawler on Lily, pay the energy.
Then even if you block.
And then even if I block, then Liliana dies. If I plus on the Hellion, then I can block here. And Liliana will still die if both attack Liliana. But I guess that's if Ross pays the 1 energy and has another energy card to fuel the Hellion, but that seems fairly likely to me.
I do have a lot of energy cards.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to go ahead and minus. I probably should have done this first, but...
Kalitas, that's a good one.
Kalitas is good. I think... It's weird. Sylvan Advocate is definitely a better play next turn, just the way our hand is set up for being on curve. And Kalitas doesn't line up particularly great against Hellion, so I'm still just going to take the Sylvan Advocate.
Okay. Okay. Well, I have some options. I think I like the idea of... Maybe I don't like that idea. I was going to say, I like the idea of using an energy here, make sure I kill Liliana, but that is a tough proposition when I'm not going to be able to pay for the Hellion.
Wow. Can't pay for the Hellion.
I can potentially just send both at Liliana. Michael has the option of trading for Brawler if he would like, but my guess is he will not do that, as he can trade on a later turn and get another clue with his tracker. So we use my entire turn to get Liliana off the battlefield, which is not great.
Yeah, I think if you send both, I'll just definitely not block.
Yeah. And if I could also send Brawler at... I can send Brawler at Michael and Hellion at Liliana, so that way Michael has to make a choice, again, between his creatures or his Planeswalker. That might just be the best play. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. And this is when it attacks, correct?
Yeah, I'm not going to pay.
So you're not going to pay.
Have to apply at least a little bit of pressure. If we spend too much time and too many attacks getting this Liliana off the battlefield, then Michael's clues and other cards will eventually take over. We'll probably get Emerald.
I think the way our hand is set up, we don't really need another clue. So we're probably just going to generate more before we even start sacrificing the ones we do have. I think I'm fine with just going and take this opportunity to trade.
Okay, Liliana down.
Yep.
And I am just going to use my mana efficiently and play a Tireless Tracker, and then end step, keep my Hellion.
All right. I get the sinking feeling that this is going to happen a lot, where I'm like, well, he has no energy, so I really don't want to spend my removal spell on this Hellion, but then I just get chained off by various energy cards and just keep taking hits. But that said, I still think it just makes the most sense to kill the tracker the way the game is playing out right now. So, Ruinous Path this, pass the turn.
And
could have just played both my creatures, but since we just drew this, I think it's better just to play the Ruinous Path.
You have 2 cards in hand?
Yeah, 2 cards.
I kind of want to get this into play so that I can start potentially generating some energy. We can start by making this attack.
Yep, no blocks. 16.
That'll bring you to 16. But I guess, actually, I think we just have to run this because Michael's on 5 lands, so I'll just flow the Advocate.
Sure.
And step this gets sacrificed. Okay. Really needed a 4th land at some point here. Falling a little bit behind.
Yeah.
Getting punished for my greed.
Considering how little pressure we're under, I think we can just go ahead and play this tracker. I don't think I need to play the more expensive card, since I'm still going to be able to use my mana pretty well. Tracker, make a clue, and go ahead and crack one now. Drop.
Yep.
Good.
Okay, once again, I think I'm just going to get this out of the way now before it gets too big. And then I'll pass.
This is a great example of me dearly missing my beloved Nissa Vastwood Seer. Because Traverse is powerful here, but I can't just go ahead and get like a really powerful bridge card like Nissa Vastwood Seer just to give myself a continuous advantage every turn. So I have 4 types currently, so Emrakul is a bit off, so I kind of think I just want to hold it for right now, so I'm just going to play this Ishkan pass.
That's what I was afraid that you would Traverse for. Yeah, we are in bad shape now.
Yeah, this is just... If Ross had been able to get like 1 trigger off of his Tireless Tracker, then good chances he could just start playing normal Magic. But
yeah, a 4th land would have really helped, would allow me to play 2 drops with these flows and get somewhere. But alas, my greed. So
greed in deck building, or
greed in deck building.
Okay.
The keep was fine. Kind of keep those 2 landers on the draw. So these don't really do much. This is sure. I'm just gonna play Sullen Advocate.
Sure,
you can go.
And now, even though it's not the most powerful option, well, so I did draw my 8th land, so Emrakul is certainly in sight. I don't know why I'm so like hesitant to go ahead and do this. I should just get Emrakul probably, but I just want value. I really miss Nissa. That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice a clue.
As I said many times while playing the Teamer Emerge deck a couple weeks ago at Richmond, don't get fancy, just Emrakul them.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to Traverse. I'll get an Emrakul. I'm going to Grasp of Darkness your thing and hit you for 6.
That's a lot. I'm at 12.
Then probably play land. Marsh tapped in your turn.
And that is another card I can't cast. I am very dead.
Okay.
Okay, back here for game 2, and looks like I'm just going to continue to get punished, but this is still just a keepable hand, so...
yeah, my hand is definitely a little slow and clunky on the draw, especially being able to play this card on time, but it's a fine card, or excuse me, a fine keep.
Okay, game trail.
Yep. Go.
Okay, that was step 1. Long Tusk Cub.
Ugh. This card might cause some problems. Getting a swamp.
Okay, now I guess I might as well play Aether Hub.
Energy.
Get myself an energy. Mush for 2.
18.
Get myself 2 more energy. And could just cast this right now, but I don't know how. That seems like a spew. I'm going to pass.
Well, that's not a good draw. So I get the impression this game is going to be about efficiency rather than lining up my spells as best I can. So I'm just going to go ahead and Ruinous Path this.
I'm going to go ahead and tilt.
Go.
Okay. And really needed to draw. I guess I needed to draw lands and threats, which is probably bad, but.
What's your hand? It just blows. Okay, you're playing a 4th land.
Yeah. I can. Once again, I have the option of just spewing this. I could loot my hand away to try to find more threats.
Oh, Collective Defiance. Okay, I was very confused.
But then I'm going to be like pretty weak to a Kalitas.
I only have 1.
Yeah, that's true. I do have my best threat in my hand, but I need a land to cast it.
Ooh, this is going to be tough to beat.
Yeah. Like, this hand's good. If I basically have no bad draws off the top other than more removal spells, but it might just be too slow against Emrakul.
He knows.
How... I'm gonna be risky and just pass and hope this hand is good enough.
Okay.
That might be bad.
So I can go get a land and then play this, but it doesn't really set me up well for the following turn. I think just grappling and trying to hit additional land drops is going to be more beneficial. Okay, so I have Delirium. So I can take this forest. I still really want another land, so I'm just going to go ahead and traverse for a Quagmire and play that.
Okay.
Your turn.
Well, that was not great, but I will take it. It is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the worst of the threats we could have drawn. And now I'll probably get Ishkana'd and...
Yep, that's my plan.
Be sad. You can go.
All right. Go.
Okay, on the end step, I'm going to Harness Lightning and pay 5 energy to deal the Ishkana.
What? Oh, man.
The old Temple of Tilt.
The old Temple of Tilt.
And I guess now I can kill a spider token, deal you 3.
Sure.
And attack for 2.
Sure.
So you're at 13?
13, yes.
And you can go.
Okay. So I could take this opportunity to get rid of the Sylvan Advocate right now. Or I can just build up my board, and I think just building my board is going to be better. So I'll play Tracker, get a clue, and then play Sylvan Advocate and pass the turn.
Okay, well, I'm a little short on this one. I can... think Ugh. The spiders make it really hard for me to play any sort of racing game.
Yeah, that was definitely a concern when I was looking over Ross's deck list. It looks like Ishkana is a big deal.
Yeah, and now I sort of need a 6th land to make my advocate match up with Michael's. I think at this point I just have to try to do the best I can to kill some stuff. So I'm not exactly sure what that is, because this card just doesn't do a lot.
Yeah. If you're referring to Nissa, then when you're behind, it seems like she is okay, but not particularly great.
Yeah.
I think they've actually done a pretty good job with that. Like, Chandra can minus and kill a creature when she enters the battlefield, but it's still really difficult to protect her just by herself. So I don't think that the new Planeswalkers are going to be like completely dominant, because if you're still behind on the battlefield, they're just good cards.
None of these lines are good. That advocate is going to be tough, so maybe I just have to hold on to this. See, maybe I just have to fully escalate this and deal with the tracker and hope my next 3 cards are good. That's probably my best bet. So 4 here, 3 upstairs.
And you're going to wheel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Discard Harness Lightning, Nissa, Incendiary Flow.
Sure, yeah, there's no way for you to kill 2 things.
And we did draw a 6th land here, so that's not bad.
And I'm at 10 life.
Yep, you can go.
Okay. Guess we'll just start by attacking with all 3 of our creatures.
Oh, so you've Grasp of Darkness.
Nah.
You pile of crap. Okay, then. I'll take 6.
All right, 14. Play tracker, get 2 clues. Pass turn.
Stop having so many trackers.
I got 4 in my deck. So good.
Okay. So I guess I'll just play my things.
Nissa and a long tusk coat.
Yep, and I'll make this guy a 5/5.
Yep.
And I'll pass a turn.
So it unanimates during your next turn.
Yes, until my next turn.
Okay. All right, I will crack a clue.
You would do that.
I will probably show you your Promised End. Maybe. Oh.
Needed a land?
Yeah. I think I just have 5 types.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's going to be a little harder for me to have my fun.
I think you've already been having your fun. Let's be honest here.
So I definitely think the Advocate at Nissa is a free attack. It's just mostly a question of whether we want to send the tracker or not. And I think we can, the way our hand is set up right now. I'm going to go ahead and play my Temple of Tilt. And I will attack Nissa with both my creatures.
So I know Michael has a Grasp of Darkness in his hand. I cannot, even disregarding that grasp, I'm not able to trade for the tracker 1-for-1 with any of my creatures because his 3 clues can sacrifice all of them. Yeah, you don't have enough mana to sack a 4th clue, but
no. But I'm just going
you can sack 3 clues and make it the tracker 6 toughness. Now I could make Michael use all of his mana by blocking, but I'm pretty sure he's going to crack a bunch of clues this turn anyway. He's low on resources. Clearly has Emrakul Grasp of Darkness in hand, so probably just going to spend this turn cracking a bunch of clues. So I like the idea of just forcing a grasp on a land, And I would like to protect my Nissa, and I think Nissa is certainly more valuable than Long Tusk Cub, so I'll block like that.
All right.
Maybe this deck wants Oath of Chandra because you can return it with Nissa.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. I will sacrifice a clue.
Yeah, you do already have Incendiary Flow and Harness Lightning, but Oath plus Chandra is not something I had anticipated.
All right, I will go ahead and pass priority.
Okay.
And I'll play Last Hope and take up on your land. Good.
Okay. Well, that wasn't very good. What can I draw to win this game?
What permanent can you return to win this game?
I can return another Nissa.
Ooh, going off.
Maybe an Aether Hub.
Okay, you can play the land in your hand, draw a card.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. We did not get an emblem that doesn't exist yet. So this Sorin emblem will suffice. And I'll draw a card. And that is another land, so I'm dead.
What? What? You don't even know I have Emrakul.
Well, you do have Tireless Tracker, 3 clues, and a Planeswalker to my Sylvan Advocate. Okay, here for sideboarding, and on my side, I am bringing in a card that I assume many of you are surprised to not see in the main deck, Chandra, Torch of Defiance, one of the most hyped cards in the set. Suffice it to say, I'm not quite as high on it as the general populace, but in a matchup like this, it's a little bit slower. I think Chandra will do a lot of good work. It certainly does essentially all of the things that Collective Defiance does, while also serving as a card advantage engine. And obviously, if you ever get to emblem it, the game should end in short order. We're going to cut, as I said, the Collective Defiances are a little bit slow, and we're bringing in 4-drops. And I'm going to cut one of the Fleetwheel Cruisers, just in an attempt to not raise my curve too high. And then this one Magmatic Chasm is a concession to just how good Ishkana is. And so hopefully we can steal some games with it against Ishkana's army of spiders.
Over on my side, I'm just doing some light sideboarding, basically trying to set up my deck to be a little bit better against opposing planeswalkers, Chandra specifically, and also give myself some cheap interaction against Ross's early drops and deadweight. Don't know if Sky Sovereign's actually going to perform well, but I just really want to try it out. It's cool, it's new. It does interact nicely against Chandra. If it kills my creature, then I can play it, kill Chandra.
Yep.
Transgress the Mind is pretty good against Ross's more mid-range configuration post-board. And stuff I'm sideboarding out, Grapple, because basically I'm boarding out a couple creatures. I guess only one net, but I'm playing some other interactive spells on curve, so I probably don't want to grapple early. Cletus and Sylvan Advocate don't line up particularly well against Chandra, and Ob Nixilis seems worse than Sky Sovereign against opposing planeswalkers. So, gonna try this out.
Okay. Okay, here for game 3, and I have a very nice hand. I got a good number of lands and some early plays I'm going to keep.
Yeah, I like my hand too. Just a little bit of new, a little bit of old.
Okay.
Should be fun.
Cinderglade.
And I think we are more than happy just to go ahead and play this and crack it on turn 1. So I'll get a swamp.
Okay. I am going to hope you don't have a deadweight in your hand and play a Long Tusk Cub.
Ew. Wish I did.
Are you lying to me?
It's not in my hand currently.
Lying to me right now, Michael?
No, I would never lie to you, Ross. Play a Blooming Marsh and transgress you.
Okay, well, my guess is you're going to take Lath New Hellion.
Yeah, I don't think I could beat that right now. Yeah, so Nissa, Advocate, and Flow.
Yep.
Sure. Go.
I'll sleeve it up. Because I like you.
Oh, thanks, man.
I will attack.
Yep.
Get some energies.
I'm at 18.
You are at 18. And I'll play this Tireless Tracker.
Ugh.
You can go.
This is not going well. It wasn't a terrible pickup. I think this is a tough decision. If Ross draws a land, then we are in huge trouble if we don't go ahead and get rid of that Tireless Tracker.
I don't like getting transgressed, but I do like not having to hold any cards in my hand.
Alternatively, that cub is going to get really dangerous no matter what happens. So I think it's a pretty tough decision.
I think you should play a Tireless Tracker, and I should draw a land.
No, I'm not playing Tireless Tracker. I'm killing something. I just don't know what it is. Oh, if you draw a land, it's so bad for me if I don't kill the tracker. But the cub, what is the cub going to do? It'll become virtually 4/4 next turn if Ross wants it to be.
Still graspable.
Still graspable, but I won't have a good solution to it on the following turn. I think just letting the tracker live is too dangerous.
Okay.
Your turn.
Tilt. I'm going to attack, put a counter on it, get 2 energy, and take 3.
Yep, 15.
Don't think I need to sit here banking energy.
Nah, I like just dealing more damage.
Just having 2 in the bank lets Harness Lightning deal with a 5 toughness creature, so that's about as much as I would ever need to bank. Anyway.
That is an interesting draw. So obviously I'm a little glutted here. So if I just do this, there is certainly a chance that I don't get to... Well, I guess even worst case scenario, I can cast this and kill the Sylvan Advocate. So this is probably just way better. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cast Grapple with the Past. Okay, so I do have Delirium now, and I'm going to go ahead and get this Evolving Wilds and crack it. I'm going to get a Forest, and it'll be your turn.
Okay. Land, please. Oh my god, that's just taunting me. Just taunting me
you have Chandra in your
every
hand,
turn.
And I can never beat it if you played it this turn?
Is
that what's going on?
Just maximally punished for my greed. Okay, I'm going to put another counter, attack for 6.
Yep, I'm at 9.
Makes you to 9, get 2 energy. And now I think I want to just put the 3rd counter on Cub right away so it's no longer graspable.
Yeah, I like that.
And I will pass the turn.
Okay.
And I will continue tilting.
Go. Do I just die to Magmatic Chasm?
No, it's only 7.
Land plus Chasm?
Wow. Wow, deck. How can you do this to me? Not like this.
Just
not like this.
Public service announcement. Play with 25 lands in decks like these.
I want to play with 26 lands. It was so greedy. I knew it was greedy when I was doing it.
I can't wait for you to flood next game.
And now I can't even really attack with anything. I can like flow a spider and attack with Cub. Trade that with the Graph Widow. You'll have 2 spiders left.
Yep.
Yeah, you can go.
Jeez. Alright. I will choose not to be greedy, and I'll just play my Noxious Gear Hulk.
Ugh.
Gain 5 life.
Ugh.
I'm at 14. And I will attack with Ishkana.
I'm at 17.
Go ahead.
That is probably unbeatable. And, oh my god. That's not doing anything right now. Might actually...
Don't concede, Ross. I gotta get this flavor in here.
I'm not gonna concede.
I just want some spiders to arm an airship.
I'm gonna play Alath New Hellion and attack you for 4.
It is a 5/4. All right. I just really want these spiders to crew up. I'm gonna block.
You can go.
All right, Sky Sovereign, Console Flagship, kill Sylvan Advocate. Play this, attack you for 3.
Only 3.
I want these spiders to be able to man this airship.
Sure.
Go. Or arachnid the airship, I suppose.
Now, just to rub it in. Which of these 4-drops should I play?
Would you have Chandra and what?
Just 2 crews, just to roll 4s.
Oh, sure.
So I can let Michael have his fun. or I cannot do that. I'm going to play Chandra.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to plus, make 2 red.
Yeah.
I'm going to deal 3 to a spider.
I'll activate in response.
You can go.
Play Lily on the Last Hope. I will minus her. Ooh, Emrakul. Well, I should get Emrakul, but where's the fun in that? How many types do I have? Instant sorcery, creature, land, artifact? Is it 5? Fine. All right. Crew this. These 2 at Chandra. This at you. Deal 3 to Chandra.
Yep. I take 6.
Okay.
Brings me to 8.
Good.
I will play a Fleet Wheel Cruiser. Trigger.
Yep.
I'll attack you for 5.
I'll grasp darkness.
Okay, here for game 4, and 3-lander burned us last time, but this hand still looks great, and hopefully it doesn't do it again.
Over on my side, I took a mulligan to 6, but this hand looks fine. And this is really close. I think we want to keep this. We don't have any threats right now, but just some interaction can buy us some time.
Okay. Cinderglade.
And given the nature of our hand, I think I can... So if I commit to fetching for Forest, I can't do this next turn, but... I mean, I guess we can just play this and make a decision later.
Okay. And I will play Ether Hub, get an energy, play Long Tusk Cub, get this energy train rolling.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and get a swamp. I think we'll still be fine.
Will you? Will you really?
I don't know.
I'm hoping no.
If you have a Hellion, that would be pretty scary.
Yeah, Hellion would be good. I would accept.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I will attack.
Yep, I'll just go ahead and grasp it.
Okay. I'm going to play a Cinderglade and Sylvan Advocate. Sure. You can go.
All right, go ahead.
I will play either of these. One is much better against Grasp of Darkness, so I'm inclined to cast that one. I'll attack for 2.
Okay, 18.
I will play Chandra.
Sure.
I will plus and deal you 2 damage.
All right, 16.
You can go.
I guess that's not a terrible draw. Even though we're not going to be able to use it for several turns, probably. I'll just Ruinous Path this, play Vessel, and pass.
Okay. Play Fleetwheel Cruiser, trigger, attack for 7.
9.
You can go.
Ooh, Ruinous Path is not good against that card.
That is true. But Grasp of Darkness is.
It is. I think we just need to go ahead and threaten to trade, and sacrificing a clue simultaneously isn't so bad, so I'll pass.
Okay. Well then, I can play this, or I can play these. I think because the Advocate can reasonably crew this, I'm just going to double up on the vehicle.
Jeez.
Bash.
Okay, definitely have to block, and I'll sack a clue. So I'm going to take
2 trample from this, so 7 total. Brings you to 2. You can go. See what happens when you make your first 4 land drops, kids? Don't even need the 5th.
I'm going to lead with sacrificing this. I definitely foresee myself just praying that Ross doesn't have another creature, but probably not the
ideal situation.
Best plan, but, you know, do what you got to do.
When your opponent's at 2 and starts their turn by cracking Vessel,
you don't feel too bad.
Yeah, you're pretty happy.
All right, Ruinous Path this.
Sure.
And I'll go ahead and play this and pass, and I assume I'm dead.
We will play many creatures.
Okay. Yep. Crew. And
get 2 energy.
I get attacked.
Yeah. Just crew my vehicle up.
Yeah. Vehicles being safe from sorcery speed removal is really powerful.
Yeah. I actually did draw Lath New Hellion the turn that you're talking about it being great, but I wanted to curve on 4 because I had 2 4s in hand, and I had drawn 2 Cinderlids.
All right, back here for game 5. I am on the play and could use another mana source or 2, but we got this, and this hand looks fine, so I'm going to keep.
I'm on the draw, and hopefully don't get punished for the 37th time.
Go.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, doing it.
We're indeed doing it, whatever it is.
Play Sylvan Advocate best.
Ooh. Sylvan Advocate.
Deck.
Attack? You want to deadweight my thing? Call.
Oh, man. I even have the Liliana. I just can't punish you. I'll get a swamp and transgress you.
Oh. I was hoping you would dead my thing so my tracker lived. And now you get to know about